What is this tiny little plane, I hear you say? Yes, back in the 737 for Milk Run Monday the 30th of September. We're in Sydney and we're heading down to Melbourne as velocity 882. Passengers are starting to board, so it's time to get this IRS running. We are in Sydney and gate 36. I don't have one set up. Alright, we'll do it the hard way. See the Melbourne VOZ 882. Departing from Sydney 865 and connecting at Razzie to Q29 down to Melbourne. Zero fuel weight is 57.6 tonnes. In reserve we need 2.9. We're going to Albury as our alternate. Cost index 80. No, that's for a different airplane. Cost index today is 30 as usual. And flight level 380. Selected OAT, depends on the runway, we'll leave that blank for the moment. Let's go and listen to some ATIS. Let's turn some lights up as well. Okay, run that normal thing, there we go, cool. So I need 1265.
Parallel runway operations in progress. Independent departures in progress. Wind 020 degrees 12 knots. Maximum crosswind 8 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 24 QNH 1011. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of Juliet. Sydney, terminal information.
So that's Juliet, runway 34 left and right, QNH 1011. I need my active sky back up again. Wind 020 at 12 knots, temperature 24 degrees Celsius. And that's information Juliet. Let's write some things down. I reckon we'll be off runway 34 right with the Maroob departure. Going to make the most sense with the given amount of traffic that's plodding around Sydney at the moment. Although I do see a lot of things going up to 34 left. That's a bit annoying. With any luck, they're over at the international apron. One 1011 set across the board. Let's go to 124.4 and get some clearance.
Aussie 121, just confirm direct warning on case.
Confirm direct will on Aussie 121.
So the approach on 457 is headline. On 456, ready number 2.
FedEx 1526, all shut down, please to the ATC, pitch next time.
FedEx 1526, no worries, see you later.
Sydney Velocity 882 requesting clearance to Melbourne.
Velocity 882, good day, stand by. On 457 identified, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, on 457.
On 457, not above 240 knots in the climb. On 457, confirm you're following the SID.
Sydney Brownshield, Qantas 457, say again please.
On 457, are you following the SID? On 457, turn left heading 250 degrees.
Left 250, Qantas 457. Sydney, Qantas 407, request airrise clearance to Melbourne.
On 407, g'day, Sydney approach number 2 for clearance. Velocity 789 after departure, cancel, SID, turn left, correction right heading 040 degrees, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Turn right heading 040, velocity 79, takeoff, 34 left.
Okay, I've got departure in about 15.
Velocity 80, your clearance, clear to Melbourne via Wollongong planned route, a Wollongong 9 departure, runway 34 left, maintain 5000, squawk 4055, departures 124.4.
Lead to Melbourne via Wollongong, Wollongong 9 departure, runway 34 left, initial climb 5000, squawk code 4055, departures with you. Velocity 882.
Velocity 882.
So it's a long runway,
On 456, line up and wait, runway 34
dear
left.
8 to 48. Flaps
Runway
5,
34 left, Qantas 456.
CG trim 22.8.
On 457, turn left direct Wollongong.
It's runway 34 left, the Wollongong 9
Now to
departure.
Wollongong, Qantas 457.
And ready to close, so you can discontinue there, Wollongong to Wollongong. Score code was 4055.
Clearance to Melbourne.
Velocity 898, g'day, your number 2 for clearance, standby. Aussie 121, contact centre 1250, no.
Info 4289, climbing through 3000, 5000.
Contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, Aussie 121.
Okay, we've got all of that coming
Velocity
up.
789, squawk mode Charlie.
What's going on, calling my Charlie?
Hey,
All
doors coming
stations
close.
on the ground requesting clearance, contact tower now 120.5.
Let's go over here on 1205.
407, good evening, press 0, Sydney Melbourne.
Cross 407, g'day, Sydney Tower, so much clearance.
I'll open up our departure route on the charts there.
Cross 407, you clear to Melbourne via Wollongong, Flatland route, initial 5000, runway 34 left at Wollongong 9 departure. Squawk 4515 departures on 24.4.
407, cleared by Wollongong, Penrith, 34 left departure, Wollongong 9, South 5000, departure 1,
There we go, get to number 1.
Cross 407.
So with the Wollongong 9 departure, it's runway 34 left, which is 3,962 metres long. We've been derated to 48, and I'm expecting it to full length.
98, g'day, so much clearance.
Just going to turn them down a touch. Cool. So we'll be using LNAV and VNAV for our departure. According to the departure, we need to climb at 3.3 degrees, 3.3%.
898 clearance, so we'll clear to Melbourne via Wollongong Flatland route, initial 5000, runway
To 2,500 is 5.9%.
4510 departures on approach 124.4.
So at 800 feet we turn to the left heading 290 up to 10 dB Sydney, and then we track to 260 to 7,000 feet, direct to Glenfield, direct to Wollongong.
5000, departures 124.4.
Let's just check that's what's happening.
4898.
There's the 5,000, there's the Glenfield, and then this next one is Wollongong. That is set. Alright, departure safety briefing. Actually, we'll need to do the speeds, don't we? The speed's 137, rotating at 139. Actually, make it 139 on the one as well.
Velocity 866, g'day, clear to Melbourne, Wollongong Flatland route, initial
145.
5000, runway 34 left.
And we've been cleared to 5,000.
5, departures on approach 124.
Velocity 866 cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong Flatland route. Runway 34 left, Wollongong 9 departure. Initial climb 5000, departure will be on 124.4 and 44.7.
G'day. So we should arrive with 3.8 according to that, which is plenty of time to go into the hold. There's been some notification NOSAM about holding.
516, g'day, you cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong Flatland route, initial 5000, runway 34 left.
Yeah, let's talk about safety brief for the takeoff. It'll be runway 34 left. We'll be running probably a whole length. There is a possibility of a departure from Bravo 10. If they give it to us, that still gives us about 2,500 metres. In which case we'll just need to change our V1 speed. But with the full length, V1 is the same as the rotation. So up to 100 knots we'll abort for any issues that pop up, including the master cautions. After 100 knots, critical items only, engines, hydraulics, and that kind of thing. After V1 we are rotating and climbing away. Weather in Sydney, Cavoke, and wind 020 at 12 knots, so perfectly fine conditions for a left-hand circuit visual if required. Assuming everything else goes well, we'll track LNAV and VNAV and that'll be fine. I believe we have doors closed and the jetway is starting to move off. So let's get ready for departure. Time is 1 minute before departure. Sydney Tower, velocity velocity 882, as gate Delta 36 is ready for push.
Velocity 882, push approved, call for taxi.
Push approved, call for taxi, 882. Ground push is approved. Fuel pumps are on.
Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Okay, let's go with the engine starts. Bleeds and packs are off. APU bleed is on. Fuel pumps are set. And let's go with engine number 2. Engine number 2, ground start.
Just confirming Alpha Qantas 407.
21%. Engine number 2 idle.
Qantas 407, taxi via Golf Alpha to the Alpha 6 holding point 34 left.
Qantas 407, Sierra Golf, Alpha 6, holding point 34.
Engine starter cut out. Engine number 1, ground start. N2 rising. %, engine number 1 idle. Parking brake set. Engine number 1 starter cut out.
Sydney Tower, got from here 516, request push and start.
And
Golf
APU.
Romeo 516,
APU off the bus, off the bleeds, APU shut down.
Golf Romeo 516, push start approved.
Push approved, 516.
Yeah, let's get the flight directors on. Let's also set flat 5. Copy that, ground. You are cleared for disconnect on headset. Copy. Let's roll the full start takeoff checklist. Recall, check, and clear of items. Flight controls.
Last aircraft calling say call sign only.
Flight controls checked and clear. Flap, set 5 and green light. Stab trim, 4.9er, set for
So
takeoff.
last aircraft calling say again, you're
Takeoff takeoff briefing is completed and cabin still waiting on cabin.
Yeah, last aircraft calling, can you just say your call sign now? Mirage 3 at 12 today, bring you About a 3 out of 5.
Sydney Tower, velocity 3, as again, velocity 882 is ready for taxi. We've got 34 left.
Velocity 882, would you like the Lima section departure 3 for left? Advance?
Yeah, we'll take Bravo 10 or Lima.
Roger, velocity 882, taxi via Charlie, the Lima section, holding point 34 left, cross 25.
Cleared via Charlie to Lima intersection, runway 34 left, cross 25, velocity 882. Taxi lights are on, and we're good to roll.
Velocity 898, we're ready for push start.
And we're straight out of domestic 2 onto Charlie, I believe.
All that's on frequency. If you're going to take part in this event, please depart by time 10. And the previous aircraft calling before that broadcast, please say again. Velocity 898, we're ready for the push and start. Right. Velocity 898, push and start crew, copy taxi. Push and start crew, copy taxi.
Okay, strobes on for the cross.
City Tower, Golf Romeo 516, reverse taxi. Golf Romeo 516, would you like the Lima section departure 3 for left? Advise. Lima intersection fine, 516.
Okay, Lima intersection, we need a different
Golf
D-rate.
Romeo 516, taxi by Charlie. Cross runway 25 to Lima intersection departure 3 for left at the caution at 737 on Bravo. Taxi by Charlie,
Let's
516.
lose the D-rate entirely. Takeoff speeds to be reassessed.
Last aircraft calling, say again.
Okay, new takeoff speeds, 134 on the V1, rotating at 136,
Qantas
V2
407 wind
146.
020 at 9 knots, clear to take off 3 for left, whenever on contact, Sydney approach 124.4, good day.
Touch down the seat a touch, there we go.
All aircraft on frequency, if you want to take part in this event, please depart by time 10.
10 minutes. Right.
The velocity 866 close to push and start.
Velocity 866, there'll be a 2-minute delay due to aircraft pushing back to your left, 2 minutes, hopefully.
Transponder mode, Charlie.
Velocity 8.
All the way out to Lima. Let's talk to them. Sydney Tower, velocity 882, fully ready.
Velocity 882, hold short 3 for left.
Long shot 3 for left, 882.
Sydney Tower, good evening. American 8471 radiation.
American 8471 DA reading you 5 out of 5.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
We're ready to taxi to 3 for left. Velocity 8, correction, velocity 898, would you like the Lima section departure 3 for left? Then we'll be fine.
Okay, let's do the 4 takeoff checks below the line. Start switches.
Velocity 898, taxi via Charlie Cross 25.
Continuous. MCP set for departure. Transponder is TARA. Holding on landing lights and retracts until we get a clearance.
Velocity 826, after the Boeing at 737 company traffic has passed, you're clear for push and start. Call for taxi.
Please push and start behind me. Velocity.
Velocity 882, line up and wait 3 for left.
Wait, 3 for left, 882. Let's look down the runway, make sure there's no obvious problems like aircraft on final. Alright, neat. Let's go with all the lights. And to a halt. Before takeoff check is complete. We're ready for takeoff, holding on clearance. There we go, back on.
Velocity 882, Sydney Tower.
882, back on us.
Back on left. Velocity 882, did you get my last transition?
Negative.
Negative. Velocity 882, winds are 020 at 9 knots, you're clear to take off 3 for left, whenever on contact. Departures 124.4 today.
3 for left, clear for takeoff, contact, approach, airborne. Yeah.
Airborne, yeah.
%. Togo.
Velocity 866, would you like the Lima section at 3 for left? Velocity 866, taxi
100 knots.
Bravo cross 25 to Lima.
Positive rate, you're up. Yeah, let's go with the 124.4. So yeah, departures, velocity 882, climbing 5,000 out of 1,800.
Velocity 882 today, I guess, 5. Velocity 882, flight level
Flat point.
280, maintain heading 300, cancel seat.
Council said heading 300 and up to flight level 280, velocity 882. 300 set for the heading. Flaps up.
New Zealand 270 to resume your normal descent speed.
Normal descent.
280 is set. Autopilot engage. Okay, let's do that after takeoff check. Air conditioning and pressurization. It's coming up through to 3 psi, so it'll be holding. Start switches are off. Landing gear up and off. Auto brakes off. Flaps up, no lights, and holding on altimeters.
New Zealand 27 descend to 4,000. Velocity 1224 descend to 6,000. Velocity 882, turn left direct Wollongong.
Left direct to Wollongong, velocity 882. Wollongong, selected, and let's grab that with the LNAV. Through transition, standard QN8 set, 1013. That just came through 11,000, looking at 11.2. On my mark. After takeoff checks complete.
New Zealand 27 report visual.
Landing lights off. Logo's off. And once we roll out of this turn,
1224, reduce speed up to 220 knots, 4 seconds.
we'll turn off the seatbelt signs also.
Forest 407, contact center 125.0 unit.
There we go.
New Zealand 27, maintain 2,500 to establish on Happy. Turn left heading 070 degrees. Speed visual, runway 34 left approach.
Okay, 2,500 established, from 0.
Velocity 1224, descend to 4,000. Velocity 1224, time runway 34 left and 6 vectors for the visual approach.
Yeah, about 18,000, let's check that cabin. Barely out of 3. Let's go.
Golf Romeo 516 is reduced passing through 3,000 to 5,000.
Golf Romeo 516 identified, climb flight level 280.
Climb 280 516.
New Zealand 272, left heading 010 degrees. Just don't want you to overstep the centre line.
It's 010. New Zealand
New Zealand 270, contact the tower now 120 to 45 today.
The tower 120.
Velocity 882, contact center 1250 today.
No, 10 on 125, decimal 0, velocity 882.
Velocity 1224 to speed to...
1250 set.
Contact date, it's 526, flight level 370.
Just the 526, Melbourne Centre, star clearance, Rivet 9 arrival, runway 34 left, when ready to descend, flight level 250.
We've got 9 arrival, runway 34 left, when ready to descend, 250, just 526.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 882, climbing flight level 280, out of flight level 245.
Velocity 882, Melbourne Centre, climb to flight level 310.
Flight level 310, velocity 882. Level 310 set.
Qantas 407, report your planned cruise making. Qantas 407, copied. Maintain max decimal 78 or greater in the cruise. Velocity 882, climb to flight level 380, maintain max decimal 78 or less in the cruise.
Out to flight level 380, Mach decimal 78 or less, velocity 882. I think we're up 0.78, aren't we? 0.785, how about that? Yeah, 0.780.
Just 526, leaving 370,
Just 526. Jetstar 526, descend 10,000, QNH 1011.
10,000, 1011, Jetstar 526.
So I've got the META for Melbourne. We have wind 350 at 18 knots, gusts of up to 28 knots. Showers of rain in the area. Cloud view 4,000, broken at 13,500. Temperature 20, QNH 0999. Interspersed with showers of rain, 4,000 meters visibility. Broken at 3,000. Severe turbulence below 5,000 feet. The TAF, on the other hand, is even better. That's the current time, that's fine. So a little bit later tonight, probably after we land, from 22 Zulu. Wind 350 at 22 knots, gusting to 42 knots. Scattered 1,500, broken 4,000. Probability 30% of inter between 14 and 22. Now that's about 3 to 4 hours in front of us now. So I think we won't be in the air anymore after that. But 340 degrees, 35 knots, gusting 55 knots. Thunderstorms with light rain, dust. Scattered 9,000 CB and 6,000 meter visibility. So it's a rather blustery night in Melbourne, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. Right now though, it's only about 30 knots on the gusts. 15 knot gusts, 15 to 30. Wind 340. Light rain in area, and expect heavy turbulence on final. Severe turbulence up to 5,000. Sigmet C code 03 current. Avalon's not much better. That's got gusting 42 knots, light showers of rain, scattered 1,500. I'd say that's actually worse. Same probability 30 inter. 340 at 34 knots, gusting 55, 5,000 meters visibility, thunderstorms with light rain. Charlie Bravo at 10,000.
Melbourne, today Golf Romeo 5160 with you for fast
Golf Romeo 516, Melbourne Centre, one flight to board 360.
Okay, there was a note about holding at Melbourne, so we've, because of all the bad weather, we don't really want to do Avalon with runway 36. So we've planned Albury as an alternate.
450, 898,
And Albury weather is a lot better.
898,
It's Cavo K, still quite windy. So wind 020 at 16 knots, gusting 30, but it is Cavo K. It's also got the moderate turbulence below 5,000. Moderate's better than severe. So yeah, that's our plan, and we'll stick to it. Once we get the low fuel warning light at 2.9, and we're committed to Melbourne, to Albury, should I say. At the moment though, we're expecting Melbourne with 3.6 tonne, which is plenty. I imagine Melbourne's running 3-4 operations with that 55 knot gusting wind from the north. not quite that bad at the moment. 34 knots. Thousand foot to go. FMC speed, VNAV path, and that seems to have settled.
Just up 526, contact approach 124.4.
124.4, good day, that's up 526.
Velocity 9, Christian 898, climb to flight level 320.
Flight level 320, velocity 898.
Qantas 407, contact center 125.2. 43898, climb flight level 340.
Flight level 340, velocity 890.
Righty, we've talked weather, let's talk arrivals. It'll probably be Lizzie arrival on runway 34. Let's get the charts up for that. Down to Melbourne charts, there we go. So that'll be Lizzie 7 uniform or Victor. And that's Victor. So Lizzie 7 Victor.
43882, contact centre 125.2.
Center 125.2, velocity 82.
Alpha.
No, it's on your phone, so you can get with the other Melbourne centre at the moment on 125.
Center 125 from 0, yeah, Alpha, yeah.
Central 456 has left flight level 350, full flight level 220.
Get them on there. There you go.
And do you have an estimate for Melbourne?
I can look into it, but I have no idea where to find it on the 456.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 882, flight level 380. Velocity 882.
Yeah, 882 good day, mate. Thanks for the thread.
Flight level 380, velocity 882.
Questions on the frequency. There is industrial action by the air traffic control. We need to get all aircraft down within 60 minutes. So within 30 minutes, we need to get all aircraft on the ground. in the next 15 minutes, 24-hour fire services will not be available, and so you need to plan to divert to an alternative airport that is not Canberra, Sydney or Melbourne. I'll be helping you with that, but at this stage those aircraft close to Melbourne and Canberra will be diverted. Others will be diverted as required to Avalon.
Oh, good. Go at Avalon. I guess Avalon as a actual destination is...
480 now required to divert to Canberra. Right now heading 1203 descend to 9 down.
Copy of that to Canberra, Sunrise 1203.
That's big out interesting.
9,480.
Melbourne, 1123 with you. Sorry, I came right in the middle of what's going on. Any information for me? 1123. Climb to flight level 260, divert at this time, direct to Melbourne and hold over the Melbourne VLR.
Climb 260, divert immediately to Melbourne VLR 1123.
Flight plan 172, diversion to Melbourne. Maintain level 240, track direct to Melbourne and hold over Melbourne.
Direct to Melbourne, flight level 240 and hold at Melbourne VLR, Marker 172.
Melbourne, Melbourne approaching. Okay, 121, contact Melbourne approach 132, go.
Melbourne approach 132.0, Aussie 121.
Welcome 789 to 9,000, Melbourne 218 999.
Melbourne, Citizens 16457, ready for the approach runway 34.
On 457 10,000, Melbourne 218 999.
Melbourne Center, quarter 457, can distance altitude.
On 456, continuing on descent to flight level 110.
Center, quarter 456, repeat.
On 456, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110.
Melbourne Center, 189, thingy. Wait 1 second. I'll set it if you guys.
Looks of things they've got Melbourne Airport closed and Sydney Airport closed.
To divert Melbourne rather than Canberra.
480, that will be unavailable at that time. Continuing on descent now to 9,000 and a heading of 160.
We've got 80, roger, right 160, down 9,000.
Another center velocity 891, drop is going to start clearing to Sydney.
The 891 negative, you expect to Canberra or bring your choice.
Sorry, say again.
The 891 due to industrial action will be required to divert option Albury or Canberra.
Drop is better to Canberra, but the 891.
Stop at
789, can I get in the altitude through the center, please?
789 down to 9,000.
789 and 9,000.
Melbourne 1030 is Qantas 457 and I quit for the approach Melbourne runway 34.
Tampa. 1789, contact Melbourne approach 132
Melbourne Center, you have 49 heavy, will we have to divert?
Station, 1 second.
Melbourne Center, you have 49 heavy, will we be required to divert or will we continue on to
Yes, 49, you will be required to divert to Canberra now to 10,000. Vectors heading 100.
No, 2008. Right, 210, AF1. What's it 39, contact approach? Yep.
4891, the version now will be to Canberra. Extends now to level 110, heading 110.
Roger that, took it down to flight level 110, heading 110 degrees, velocity 891.
Was 407, expect to confirm now to Avalon, current available.
Yeah, Qantas 407, direct out on David.
407, track direct to Melbourne VOR, and then expect vectors.
Service intercom to the cockpit, please.
Runway 35 at Avalon.
Yeah, Qantas 407, direct to Melbourne VOR, to runway 35 everyone. Qantas 407.
Melbourne 1030 is Qantas 457, do you copy?
457, go ahead.
Melbourne 1030 is Qantas 457 and I quit for the approach runway 34.
457, I'll get you convert now to Avalon. Overfly the Melbourne VOR at 10,000.
Alright, get you 10,000 for Qantas 457.
Melbourne Center, velocity 891, just a few questions.
Hi there, thanks for that. We're just getting information that we'll be needing to divert to Avalon. Melbourne Airport is closed, Melbourne Tullamarine. So we will actually be diverting across to Avalon. So we'll need to contact company and arrange some alternative transport for the passengers up to Melbourne.
Roger that, heading 110 and flight level 110.
Yeah, it's just letting you know, so we'll get that all sorted out in this end, and we'll make an announcement once we start descending. Thanks for your help.
Qantas 456, 9,000. You can expect the ILS runway 27.
Descend 9,000, expect ILS runway 27, Qantas 456.
456, contact Melbourne approach now 132 decimal 0, okay?
Contact Melbourne for 2 decimal 0 today, Qantas 456.
Qantas 407, 8 miles.
And by flight level 172, descend to 10,000.
Roger, go. Fucking 172.
Flight level 172, descend to level 120.
Flight level 120, Mike 172.
Radio, okay, Delta 123, descent to flight level 120.
Centre, Mike 172, I'm struggling to find the published hold of Melbourne BOR. Can you provide information on that?
Mike level 123, take another approach now, 132.0, okay?
132.0, Mike 172, good day.
Yes, 80, right, now 360.
Right, heading 360, King 80.
Connors 407, I'll probably 60.
407, descent to flight level 210.
210, Connors 407.
Was the 883 version to Avalon descent when ready down to flight level 220.
Flight level 220, understand diverting to Avalon, Melbourne Airport closed. 220, sir.
Melbourne 7, Etihad. Melbourne 7, Etihad 49, heading at 10,000 feet.
Make the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have had some information that Melbourne Airport is currently closed due to some industrial action at the field. As a result of this, we are required to divert to Avalon Airfield. We will be beginning our descent shortly into Avalon, just out of Melbourne, and we'll arrange for some other transportation from Avalon into both the city and into Tullamarine. So once again, we are expecting to divert to Avalon at this time due to industrial action at Melbourne. We will be flying overhead Melbourne Airfield and then tracking it on towards Avalon. We will be organising alternative arrangements for transportation back into Melbourne, both the city and the Melbourne Tullamarine Airport. Our understanding is that Melbourne is currently closed, not accepting inbound traffic and not accepting departures. So those with connecting traffic or connecting flights from Melbourne to other locations, we should be able to get you back in on time. So we'll do our best to get you on to Melbourne before any of our other connecting flights are likely to depart. Hope that you've enjoyed the flight so far, and that thank you for your understanding about the situation with the Melbourne closure. We'll provide some more information as we get further into the approach to Avalon, and of course information about that alternative arrangements of transportation from Avalon to Melbourne. Thank you for your understanding. Melbourne Centre, velocity 882, leaving flight level 380.
Okay. 80, right, heading 020.
Right, heading 020, King 80.
So let's get some arrival details for this other airport, shall we? Avalon. I've been there for an air show. That's really the other lot that fly there most often, Jetstar. There's an arrival, JB4, and there's one runway, 16 and 18. Let's have a look at that weather. We did actually review it, didn't we? Okay, Avalon, we have the information Papa, runway 36, wind 350 at 16, severe turbulence, forecast below 5,000, temperature 18.
Well, Melbourne Centre aboard City 891. Just a quick question, why are we all getting deserted?
Because it's fun.
The 891 has been in industrial action by the air traffic controllers, and this is a mock scenario we're playing around with the built run tonight, and ATC will cease in 30 minutes. The fire services also stop in about a couple of minutes.
Oh, no worries. Velocity 891, sorry.
Okay, for getting the JB arrival, from the Melbourne VOR we track to 63 degrees to JB, and then straight down the ILS runway 18, and then you make a visual approach runway 36, or from Temple expecting tracking instructions or radar vectors to final.
The 880, are you able to provide me an estimate for Avalon?
Cover that, just MO for Avalon. So we'll need to actually change our route page, YMAV, set, that gets through to Melbourne, AV.
Now launch is Qantas 457, do I contact the approach?
11:13, what's the time currently? 48:48.
457, I have handed you over to Melbourne approach, so you contact them on 132 David Morgan.
Melbourne Centre velocity 891. Is there any heading needed to turn to at the moment, because I'm getting very close to Canberra to turn.
891, just an aircraft needs to keep behind. You just turn left now heading to 020.
Roger that, turning left heading 2020, velocity 891.
Melbourne Centre velocity 882, estimates Avalon time 14 if we are tracking direct.
Velocity 880. You'll be a little bit difficult there trying to get you in by time 15. Are you able to expect the diversion to Albury?
Yeah, we'll take Albury, that's fine.
The 882, Roger Vectors to Albury. Right turn now heading 010.
Albury right turn heading 010, velocity 882.
Qantas
010. News keeps getting worse and worse, but we might put them on a train now, but they're not going to make... Actually, there's no aircraft coming out of Melbourne anymore. No connections to be made. Still, Albury's a bit... it's 4 hours drive to Melbourne from Albury.
9,000,
Was our original alternate. Don't like the airfield as much. Zeno velocity 882. Just discussion between ourselves and the cabin crew. If Avalon's still available, we can increase the speed for it.
Velocity 882. You could try that. Willing to give that a go if you can come up with these bits.
Give that back to, can we take direct to Avalon?
It is direct Avalon descent to flight level 180.
Flight level 180, direct to Avalon, and we'll increase that speed there. Thanks.
4891, right turn now heading 360 degrees, 50 to the island. Descent to 10,000.
Let's go to vertical speed and reduce that speed descent rate to 1000. Get a bit of engine power going.
It's going to be what's the 882? My apologies. You only have 8 minutes, really. You only have 8 minutes to make it to Avalon, unfortunately. So, all three may be the best under the circumstances if you want to give it a go.
They're closed on their fire, aren't they, at Avalon? You just check for us, Melbourne's closed for departures also, and will that be remaining for several hours?
That's as soon as.
Cool. Do you have a estimated time of opening? We just have a few connecting. If it's more than 5 hours away, then we'll be fine.
The 891 contact Canberra approaches 122 today.
I really don't want Melbourne to open in less than 4 hours.
Velocity 891, sorry about that. If you call now, just away for a couple seconds.
The 891 contact Canberra approach now 124 5 today.
124.5, velocity 891. Yeah.
07 contact Melbourne approach 132 today.
They're closing at 9 o'clock, aren't they? Like at 11:00. They're closing there's no fire. There's no rescue. We're at Walgett. Yeah, let's go back to Albury. It's a safer option. Let's see. Let's just plug that in direct, and what does that spit out? 16 minutes. Nah. Yeah, Melbourne Centre, velocity 882. Just checking that Melbourne Tullmarine's not opening again until at least after midnight.
Velocity 882, we're trying to get all the aircraft on the ground by 11:00 Zulu, and there will be 5 minutes of work meeting.
Okay. Looks like we'll have to go to Albury. I was just checking the opening time again at Melbourne Tullamarine, if that's going to be before midnight or after. That's for commercial reasons.
880, so 5 minutes stop work, so services will resume after that. You're almost halfway between Albury and Avalon now, so it's one half dozen of the other.
Yeah, Albury's nicer for us to get to passengers to Melbourne. It's a 4-hour drive from Albury.
So again, we'll go to...
Yeah, we'll go for Avalon if we can take that.
880 direct to the Melbourne BLR.
Cover that, direct to Melbourne BLR, and requesting to cancel speed below 10,000.
882, you can cancel speed below 10,000.
No speed restrictions, velocity 882. Fought them all the way. Got it. And direct to Melbourne rather than Avalon. Melbourne set, Avalon second. Let's go execute, and we'll take a visual approach. Let's go VNAV, LNAV. Not VNAV, let's go.
Passing over to Melbourne approach. Sorry, you might have participated in construction in the chaos that has ensued. Contact Melbourne approach now.
330, direct to Melbourne.
320. The A82 sequence to 9000. The Avalon QNH 1000.
Avalon QNH 1000 down to 9000, velocity 882. Good, so I don't have to change my spiel to the passengers.
Overhead to Melbourne DLR 5000.
Go for that profile for 5000 overhead Melbourne DLR. Let's have a peek and see what that looks like. That looks like I'll get there far too early. Let's reduce that climb rate, descent rate. Actually, .320 knots at 5000. Let's leave it at 330 at the moment. Let's go into VNAV. That's trying to slow us down. Let's do 330. 330 is on the target. Okay, and cancel the speed for 10,000. 320 at Melbourne, and then we'll require drag. We make Avalon at 156. Time for Avalon 14. So I've turned around a couple of times, but we're still at the same time. So what's that weather doing again? Avalon ATIS 118.2. Let's listen. I'll do it on this side.
Arrivals and departures, wind 340 degrees at 33 knots, gusting to 45. Visibility is greater than 10 kilometres, cloud overcast at 10,000. Temperature 19 degrees, QNH 0998. Operation information, moderate to severe turbulence below 5,000. Avalon thermal information, Alpha. Expected visual approach, runway 38, arrivals and departures. Wind 340 degrees at 33 knots, gusting to 45. Visibility is greater than 10 kilometres, cloud overcast at 10,000. Temperature 19 degrees, QNH 0998. Operation.
I'll assume that's runway 36. Yeah, it's a runway 38 on the ATIS. Funny.
Melbourne Centre. We'll be stopping work for 5 minutes until time 11:05 Zulu.
Let's go back down there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking once again. We are making our way to Avalon. Sorry, there was a moment there where we were expected to go to Albury. However, I have managed to wrangle our way down to Avalon instead. There is a report that is quite busy at Avalon at the moment. We'll probably be disembarking from air stairs or possibly from the front door only, due to the amount of aircraft on the tarmac at Avalon, which is really only designed for about 3 to 4 jets at the same time. I'm told that we've got pretty much everything that was going to Melbourne going to Avalon. Anyway, it's probably a better solution to go to Avalon than it is to Albury. It's only about 1 hour away, or less than 1 hour away. 45-minute drive from Melbourne, and about an hour away from Melbourne Tullamarine Airport. Once again, we've confirmed that there are no jets coming in or out of Melbourne Tullamarine at this time. So any of you connecting through to flights from Melbourne Tullamarine Airport will be transported to that airport in time for their reopening. Now, we're trying to get some information about when that will happen. We're not quite sure yet, but we've been told it may be as late as tomorrow. But we're still working on the information for that. Anyway, thanks for your patience and your understanding. We'll get on to the ground at Avalon at approximately 1/4 the hour. So the time now is 9 o'clock PM, and we should be on the ground in about 15 minutes at Avalon. Once we do arrive, I ask for your patience. We may need to hold off from the stand for a little while until we get some room to put our jet in there with the door. Once again, on the ground in about 15 minutes time at Avalon, and after that we'll give you some more information about the onward travel arrangements. Thanks for your understanding. There's that turbulence. We probably need to slow down for that. Make it 300 knots. And we'll cross Melbourne at 300 knots, 5,000 feet. And speed brake up. Seatbelt signs are on. Landing lights on. Let's have a look at that time. Good. Center velocity 882. Just check they're still there. They're all quiet. They may not still be there. Have you gone Tiba? 10,000 feet. 1001 is not what we needed. Avalon 8 is set at 0999, so let's set that. 0999 set. Okay, I'm quite happy to do a visual approach. It's runway 3 something. Melbourne Center velocity 882. You with us?
The 882 industrial action is now easterly passing into Melbourne approach.
Debris approach on 1320, sir.
I'll just hand you over here. Look. Of the attention all stations, air traffic control is back online to normal ops. Thank you for your cooperation for this event. It's a bit stressful. Back to normal ops.
Melbourne approach, velocity 882 is descending at 5,000 across Melbourne Veerwah at 5,000. We understand that Melbourne is still closed.
Velocity 882, Melbourne is now open again, back to normal off. You can descend and maintain 5,000, runway 34, visual approach.
And at 5,000 feet, just confirming that was 27 for Melbourne, or was it Avalon stop? Let's cut the speed.
Velocity 882, that would be for Melbourne, runway 34.
Copy that. Melbourne, runway 34, velocity 882.
Melbourne approach, velocity 3, Avalon. Velocity 789. 82 is going back to normal. If you would like, I can vect you back to Melbourne. Some approach, velocity 789, Low T 789. Turn right, heading 350. 350, 789.
407, 20.
Let's do 220 knots.
And we'll see 007. Roger, to maintain 3,000.
Yeah, I've got 114.17 in the active. That's 347, which is actually right for the VORDME approach, runway 34.
And velocity 882 and maintain 3,000. Velocity 882 and maintain 3,000.
2,000, velocity 882. 2,000 is set.
And velocity 407, and I maintain 2,500.
I see that aircraft, 800 Brothers.
Velocity 882, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170, velocity 880.
And 407, expect runway 27 ILS approach.
Don't like that very much. Let's go 150. Let's slow it up to flat 1 speed. 206 set. And let's get all this stuff done. Initialization reference speed 140 degrees. 40 flat 40, 136, which will be 141 on the approach. We're using flap 2 for the arrival. Set flap 1. He didn't really get to do a proper briefing there.
Velocity 882, guys, confirm you're turning 170.
170, sorry about that. We are visual, by the way.
Velocity 882, to maintain 2,500 visual.
$2,500 visual. Velocity 882.
And velocity 882, turn left heading 020, clear visual 34 approach.
Heading 020, clear to visual approach runway 34 Melbourne. Velocity 882. Flat 1 speed.
And Qantas 407, turn right, heading 090.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have some good news. Melbourne has started accepting arrivals again, and we're just south of Melbourne now, so we're turning to the north, and we are going to make an approach into Melbourne at this time. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for arrival and make seats for landing. Actually, you've already done that, haven't you? Seats for landing for the cabin crew, thanks. There we go.
3, and turn left heading 320.
Flight director's off.
And Red 1133, Melbourne is now open. Would you like breakfast back to Melbourne?
Get down. Thousand below. Descending. Flat 15.
1133, do you require breakfast back to Melbourne?
Well, this is the news to be going on. I'm not sure where anyone's taking
Maintaining 2000. Let's hold it.
the Apple one and then back to Melbourne. So wherever I'm going, it's all good.
Red 1133, that'll be runway 34, expect visual approach.
Essendon in sight, Melbourne also in sight.
And 140 turn left heading 340.
Okay, flap 25. I've got the runway in sight. Don't have tower yet. Tower light to black.
Qantas 407 Chicago.
The draggiest, noisiest approach we've ever done.
Velocity 882, clear climb, runway 34 wind 34025 knots.
Runway 34, clear to land, velocity 882. Ref plus 5. White dot speed. Establish a 800 foot, 700 foot minute descent right there. Flaps 40.
Qantas 407, position 7 miles southeast of Epping.
Landing checklist, landing gear down 3 grand.
Heading 290.
Auto brake set 2.
Maintain 3000 mental established.
Speed brake is armed.
Established.
Engine thrust continuous. Flaps 40. Cleared to land. Landing checklist complete.
Qantas 407.
Reference bus nothing. 140. Runway's good.
1,000.
Wind 20 knots. Slightly cross from the left. Landing.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Going to full clear, can you just confirm that 290?
80 knots. 60 knots, manual braking.
Going to full clear, sir. Red 1123, report visual.
Good stuff. And approach velocity 882, vacates 34.
Velocity 882, effects each survey your own discretion. Yeah.
882. Yeah, we still had Avalon set for the arrival. Okay. The bay is entirely empty. I guess all the aircraft are at Avalon. Should be quite interesting to try. Cabin crew, disarm doors, cross check.
One exposure zone, you seem to be a little bit right of the localizer. Turn left heading 220, just get yourself back on.
No, left heading 220.
Red 1123, report visual. Red 1123, report visual.
Melbourne approach, not
Red 1123, turn left heading 290. Compass 407, turn right heading 270. Please ILS from IG7 approach.
Parking brake set. Okay. APU generator on the bus. Leads on APU. And engine shut down. Flaps. Engine number 2 shut down, engine number 1 holding for the flaps. Forgot about them.
And Qantas 407 winds 340 at 25 knots, runway 27, clear to land.
Qantas 407, coming to be landing 27 pizza. Melbourne approach 1123 dispatch.
Red 1123, report visual.
And engine number 1 coming off.
And runway uses 1123.
Red 1123, turn right heading 340, cleared, visual approach.
Flaps up, lights out.
340, clear visual 1123.
Okay, that's secure. And clock off. Right.
Red 1123, wind 340 at 25 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
Detuned. Alright, that's secure. We have fuel pumps off, hydraulic pumps off, pilot pre, and the window heats off. Lord Davno now off. Electrics on. We have AP on the bleeds, packs are on for the aircon. Alright, that's done. Certainly wasn't entirely pretty at the end, but we got into Melbourne instead of Avalon, or Albury, even worse. Looks like we might have been the first into Melbourne actually. First roll to Melbourne after the little strike. To be entirely honest, I wouldn't have minded continuing on to Avalon and doing that. And we would have been stuck in Avalon, an hour's drive away from here. At least it wasn't Albury, which is 4 hours drive from here, or more. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that little traverse to Melbourne from Sydney on the Milk Run Monday, Spilt Milk Run they call it, Spilled Milk Run Monday on the 30th of September. Thanks for joining. Catch you guys later.